FlossTube, how are you? It's Colleen, Rebel Stitcher, and as always, her handsome sidekick Albus. I am in a different room this time because I have so much stuff to show you. I figured it was easier to do it out here, and also I've been so busy, my office literally looks like a bomb went off and I could not find a good spot to not show the chaos on film and have enough room to spread. So venue location change this week. Anyway, this is FlossTube number 76, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in and subscribing. I hit a milestone number. I got over 2,000 subscribers, and that kind of blows my mind. I always kind of think of myself as like a D-list floss tuber. So I really appreciate everybody's support and the community that we've kind of built in comments and on Instagram and all that stuff. So I really appreciate it. A couple other people had, like, all of a sudden I looked at it and I was like, I'm like 8 people away or some crazy thing. So I think Betsy Klager and Athena, Stitching Goddess Designs, might have been a couple other people, had posted like, hey, go subscribe to her, help her hit her milestone. So because of that, I exceeded 2,000, and I appreciate their love and support and shout out. And because I hit 2,000, I'm gonna do a really fun giveaway, at least I think it's fun, this episode, but I'm gonna do it at the end. So I'm gonna torture you, so you have to watch the whole thing in order to join in on the fun. But this might be a longer video than my normal 20-25 minute duration, because I've got a lot of fun stuff to go over, and I've been stitching a fair amount and I have some good haul. So that being said, let's dive in. I'm gonna start with my Whip Go updates. This past month for February, the 2 things that were called are Winter Quaker by Rosewood Manor, which there was called the month prior. And I really had no interest in stitching on that back to back. So I figured I'm gonna put that aside and I'll pull it up another time, hopefully. And the other thing that was called was my Scottish Quaker by Tempting Tangles. Let me try to find a picture on here. The chart is like so many pages. I should just keep the picture to the top, but I'm not that organized. This is what it looks like when it is completed. And let me show you what I got done. My goal was just to work on it for 10 days. And I met that goal. It wasn't, I had to accomplish a certain amount of stitching or get to a certain stopping point. Let me try to hold this up, sorry. So this is where I am. Let's see. I predominantly worked in this area. I worked on these crowns. I did not finish them, as you can see, and even the one that's mainly finished, there's still a little bit more back stitching, but they repeat in 4 places. I did the Scotty dogs, the Scottish thistle, at least that's what I'm guessing this is, and then there's ships down here, and I started on the sails of the ship. So this is what I got done in my 10 days. That's it. It looks fantastic. Of course, Pam from Just Keep Stitching, they called hers this Whip Go too, and we must have put them in the same spot. And she is like on fire, and it almost has the whole thing done. So anyway, if you want to see it more completed, go, if you haven't already, go check out Pam. I think this is the Bloom. It's Picture This Plus. I think it's the Bloom. I'm not sure. But that's where I'm at. I love this chart. I'm glad I put it on Whip Go, so forces you to make some progress. So that's my Whip Go update. I won't go into what got pulled for March. I'll do that next video because I've got March Madness from Steel City Stitchers and some other stuff to go through this video. So in addition to, excuse me, in addition to the Scottish Quaker, I worked on some other things. I put a lot of work on Fish Boy. Oh, by the way, somebody has come and joined us. This is Boris, my daughter's pug. He's really naughty. So if you hear me yell, get off of there, right on cue. If you hear me yell, it's probably at Boris. But anyway, I worked on Fish Boy from, this is from Al Forrest Embroidery. Fish Boy is not his name. That's just what I call him. It has a Russian name, but it means like spirit, water spirit, I think. So I got a lot of progress done on him. I've got the whole Fish Boy in. Part of his fish is here. And I started bringing down the border. And then I think I might have goofed on this fish here. I think I might have missed a row. I have to go back. So that's kind of why I put him aside, because I just wasn't feeling it. If you haven't, I swapped out the fabric in this kit. It comes with linen. I don't stitch on linen, so I swapped this out. This is a picture, this plus, I think it's tarnish, 16 count is what he is. But this is just the most bizarre. Look at him up close. Look at that face and that beard. And his little like web looking feet and fingers. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna make changes to this chart, some things, but I'll show you that as I go along. But that's my progress on Fish Boy. If you have never used an Al Forrest kit, their threads are very nice. At least in this one, they give you little bobbins to use that have the chart symbol on it. And these threads are variegated and they're very nice. So I very much enjoy it and recommend them. I don't know if you can order from Al Forrest at the moment, since they are a Russian company, and as we all know, things are a little crazy in the world right now, but with Russia and Ukraine. So I'm not going to get into current events, but the stitching is nice. The other thing I worked on, yesterday we had like a lazy day. We didn't really have anywhere we needed to go, and we pretty much just sat around and watched TV and ate leftover Chinese food and just had like a lazy bummy day around the house. I think everybody needs those days to just kind of recharge once in a while. And so it was a perfect opportunity to stitch, and nothing was like, I wasn't feeling Fish Boy, and nothing was really calling to me. So I pulled out Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. And I made a lot of progress on it. I had started, let's see, this spider motif. I had maybe like the top less than half done. And I moved on to some other motifs because it's not symmetrical and your brain wants to make it symmetrical, and it was just messing with me. So I wanted to get those spiders done. That was my goal yesterday. And I thought I finished it, and then as I was putting it away, I realized I didn't do the eyes, or there's back stitching on the spiders to make them look more furry. But I did finish the spider. I know the web is wonky, but spider webs are wonky in real life, and I'm rolling with it because those spiders just gave me hell. So in addition to finishing this, well, pseudo finishing, I still have to go back and do the eyes and the fuzz on the spiders. I did these pumpkins. I did this. This is the beginning of the trees where there's that like spooky village along the bottom. So this is the beginning of those trees. And I finished this bird, and I started on the letters. I think I did this P and this P. I think there's like a witch's hat that cuts into that P. So that's why the second P in Happy Halloween isn't finished. But that was what I worked on yesterday. it was a nice lazy stitching day, and I had no guilt about sitting around and stitching because we all were being lazy, so it was good. We didn't have any meets to go to or kid activities, so in addition to that stitching, I did have an FFO, and I'll show you that. St. Patrick's Day is in full effect now in our house. This is by Cherry Hill Stitchery, and it says, notice prone to malarkey and shenanigans. So I pinned this on foam core, put a little cording around the edge to hide the pins, and I had this, I picked this wooden, it's actually like has an easel, it's supposed to go this way, but I put this up on the mantle with some St. Patrick's Day decorations, so it fit good on here, and it was, you know, works as a sign. So Malarkey and Shenanigans by Cherry Hill Stitchery is done. I love it, and I think it turned out really good. So that is mainly what I've been stitching on. I have one more thing, but I'll show you in a minute. So I shipped out the March Quarterly Club mailings. They're all in the mail, and a lot of people have messaged that they've gotten them. There might be some West Coast people or some stragglers or international people. So if you are in the Quarterly Club and you haven't received your mailing, and you don't want spoilers, maybe fast forward a little bit because I'm going to talk about it now. So the Quarterly Club is something that I mail out every quarter. Who would have thought that, right? And it always includes a new original enamel needle minder that I designed, sticker packs, and some that usually go with a theme, and some other stitchy related goodie, mystery goodie. So this month was kind of different and kind of special. And after I mailed it out, I kind of felt like I was gonna vomit because I'll show you why. In this month, excuse me, while I reach. So this month, everybody got a green bag, and then they got, was their mailer, and then they got everything wrapped in shamrock tissue paper. And then they got a pack of assorted rainbow stickers. Albus, don't step on that. Sorry. Assorted rainbow stickers. A needle minder. This leprechaun needle minder that I drew and designed. And a chart. This chart, if you notice across the top, Rebel Stitcher Designs is the first chart I have charted for cross stitch design myself. My friend Megan helps me with the computer and the graphic design, the layout, and all this stuff. But it's charted in DMC. It's called Patrick O'Shanahan. The reason why it's called Patrick O'Shanahan, a lot of people do the elf on the shelf sort of a thing. I always have a little gift or notes or something left. So when my kids wake up on St. Patrick's Day, they have a little, usually a little candy or St. Patrick's Day socks, something very small, little gift. And I leave a note from Patrick O'Shanahan. He is like our house elf on the shelf. I mean, there is no physical toy or anything. It's just the leprechaun that visits our family's name is Patrick O'Shanahan. So, of course, I had to name him Patrick O'Shanahan to honor our family leprechaun. And this is a chart. And the amazing Jody of Steel City Stitchers did me a solid for, you know, I totally cashed in a friendship chip here, and she printed this amazing rainbow fabric for him to be stitched on. Now this is she didn't dye this. This is printed. This is part of that printed fabric that she's working on. So you have to be a little careful. Don't get it wet. If you're gonna iron it, iron only on the back side. There's instructions on the back of the chart, back of the fabric. And so after I mailed these out, I was like, oh my God, what if everybody hates it? Oh my goodness. You know, you start having that self-doubt, like what if it really sucks? But anyway, this is what Patrick looks like stitched on that amazing Jody fabric. I think he's really cute, and that fabric just totally makes it. So everybody that got their kits who wants to stitch him, it would be wonderful if we could use the hashtag Stitch Patrick, because his name is Patrick O'Shanahan. So if we could just write, you know, if you're gonna post it on Instagram, if we want to do a stitch along, if we could call it hashtag Stitch Patrick. I'll put the information in the little drop down. I just think he is adorable. I am designing more things. This was my first one. I wanted to start small so I could learn all my mistakes, small mistakes versus something giant. Hopefully I will have at least one more chart to be released at StitchCon. I will have a truncture there with my needle minders and hopefully some charts. Fingers crossed. So the fabric is 14 count Aida. It was just logistically too much of a nightmare to ask everybody what their preferred preference was. So everybody got 14 count Aida, because if you can cross stitch, you can stitch on 14 count Aida. If you're like, damn, I wasn't in the club, or I haven't gotten off the wait list, but I really want that chart, there's a couple places you can find it. As of right now, they've been shipped to them already. 2 needlework shops are carrying this chart, which I cannot believe. It makes me feel so legit, like holy moly, like, you know, I'm not just randomly putting stuff up online. 2 needlework shops, as of right now, are carrying this chart. Keepsakes, the amazing Keepsakes in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you would like this, I sent the needle minder, I sent charts with end fabric. I think Barb just has kits with the fabric and the chart. And in addition to that, the other needlework store is the Crafty Ewe in Cleveland, Ohio. So Janine is carrying it also. She has kits with fabric and needle minders. If you guys are, you know, calling to place orders for your pre-orders for your, you know, Needlework Expo market, not Expo, market pre-orders, and you would like this little cutie pie, you can give them a call and add it to your pre-order list, and I'm sure they'd be happy to help you out. In addition to that, I will be adding it to my website, rebelstitcher.com. But, you know, show our needlework shop some love, but you can get it with me too. I will have the 2 shops information in the little drop-down description box if you want to click that, and information for the sale. So that's my big news. I have a chart and it's out into the world, and I'm working on more. And I know it's not a masterpiece. I know it's not this great, big, huge thing, but I wanted to start small and figure out all the parts and pieces of it. And hopefully everybody likes it. Hopefully people will want to stitch him. And I think he stitches up very cute, but I'm a little biased. Okay, let's see. Haul. I guess it's time for haul now. I've got some fun haul, not a ton, but some. First is my girl Jody, Fabric of the Month Club. They're very springy, Eastery kind of colors this time around. This reminds me of Peeps, Marshmallow Peeps. These are like the right colors for it, but a little pink and yellow. So if you need to stitch some springy Easter Bunny stuff, that'll be perfect for it. I get it in 18 count Aida. The other chart I purchased was from the Witchy Stitcher, and it's Death Before Decaf. This, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was part of a box of hers. And she just released it, so you could buy it on her website. This is one of the charts that's going to go in my Steel City Stitcher brackets. So that's that. This is a freebie, and it is from the Heart Needle Art. You can go to her website, From the Heart Needle Art. This is a small, I'm going to hold it back here, even though it's a freebie, but it's just the chart. It's a really cute Quaker Valentine piece, and it's small, and it looks like fun to stitch and an easy small. So if you like that, go to her website and you can print out. She's got lots of nice freebies actually. And then my last piece of haul, the piece de resistance of haul, if you will. Give me a minute. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this amazing DMC, here it is, wooden box. I have been debating on whether or not to order this forever, and it seems like as soon as they come in stock, back in stock on the DMC website, they go out of stock. Like I hem and haw and debate, should I get it, should I not? And by the time I decide, they're out of stock. But not only is this gorgeous wooden chest, it came with 500 DMC skeins of floss, one of the booklets that has all the DMC. It's not the one with the threads, but I think it is fully worth it. This lifts up. Ooh, oh my goodness. Gravity got me. Hold on. Oh, my drawers started falling out. Hold on. There we go. Let's try this again. This is why I don't have a home shopping network job. Oh my God, I didn't learn my lesson. Okay, I'm an idiot. Anyway, the top part lifts up. The other was the drawers come out. I am spending the time bobbinating all the floss. And, okay, let's see. Can you see that? These are the ones I've bobbinated. There's more. All the drawers. I'm not going to mess with that anymore before I have a major catastrophe. But it comes with all the DMC. So I think it's like, it's an investment, but I think it's worth it. So now I've been bobbinating in my free time when I can't quite think enough to stitch, but I have some free time. I sit and I bobbinate. I think I'm in like the 600s now of my bobbinating. So it'll take me a long time, but I think it's fully worth it. And I really want to have a full set that I don't mess with. And then, so for like thread conversions and stuff like that, I don't know. I just always wanted one of these. And I've gone back and forth between the Bisley with the pip and chip ones and this, and I just thought, I like wood. I don't know. I'll go with this. And this came with the floss. Okay, that's all my haul. I think I spent enough on haul this go around. I mentioned before, Steel City Stitchers. I wasn't going to do it this time because I'm so busy, but I have to support my girls. They are amazing. Steel City Stitchers, everybody knows them and loves them. They started March Madness a few years ago, and they're doing it again this year. And they have this bracket that you can, it's in the link of one of their videos, the one specifically about March Madness. So what the premise is, there's different ways to do it, but you put two things up against each other. You put it in your Instagram stories to vote. Whichever one wins, progresses to the next bracket, and you stitch on it. And the goal is to keep whittling down until you get to one project. And the goal is to finish that project and FFO it all in a month. So hence Madness, because it's crazy. You got all kinds of, you know, chaos and unexpected things happening. So this morning I put up my first head-to-head match, and I'm doing one whip versus one new start. Some people are doing all new start, some people are doing all whips. However you want to work your brackets is fine. You know, it's your stitching, your world. That's just the way I'm doing it. So my whip is Witchboard by Cottage Garden. It was jammed in my project bag, so it is very wrinkled, but this is as far as I've gotten. I've got to finish this bat, and I got to finish this tree, and that comes all the way down here, and some stuff down there. I'm pretty close to a finish. I could definitely get this done, but I know there's mistakes in this bat, and that's why I put it away, and I haven't come back to it. So I have to either figure out how to fudge the bat or frog them, pull out all the stitches, and restart it. So there'll be some brain power involved in that to figure out what I can do. So Witchboard is going against Boo to You, and this is by Homespun Elegance, and it's a fun monochromatic kind of kooky primitive jack-o'-lantern. So if you want to voice your opinion on which project I should stitch, who should advance in the brackets, if you go to my Instagram stories, it's my personal one, not the shop, not Rebel Stitcher Design. So it's Moon Pie Fry. And up in the stories where there's those little circles of the people that you follow, you find me and you click it. And there'll be like two buttons, one for the whip, one for the new start. And the one you want to win, you click that one and voice your opinion. And on March 1st, whoever is the winner is who I'm going to work on. And so I figured out all my brackets. So keep an eye on my stories if you like to vote on those. It's super fun. Excuse me, voting on those. I love this time of year because, you know, when else do you get to influence what people are stitching on? So that is my haul. That's March Madness. And the last thing is, let's see, shop news. Everybody has been eating up that yummy fabric from XJU that's in there. I have another order in for her. She's in the process of dyeing it now. So once she gets done dyeing it and it comes from Hungary, I will post more fabric. I restocked some colors that are sold out and added some new ones that I haven't carried before. So keep an eye on that. I also got a big order in of charts. I have some fun Halloween and the year in the garden, the jackrabbit with the big bunny ears and all that stuff. So if you are looking for some charts, I have some charts. I mean, again, it's a very limited stock. I am not a, 1, 2, 3 stitch by any stretch of the imagination, but I do have some more options on rebelstitcher.com. So since you guys sat through this big long video, long for me, not for most people, and I wanted to thank everybody for your support for getting me to over 2,000 subscribers. So I figured I would do a really fun giveaway, and I will give out a March quarterly club. I have some extra, so let's see, what can you comment? Comment leprechaun. So use the word leprechaun in the comments. You must be a subscriber, because normally I don't check that sort of stuff, but since this is a thank you for subscribers, I am gonna check. So please subscribe to this channel and use the word leprechaun in your comments. Don't say giveaway. You have to be 18, all that good stuff. And I will send you a March Quarterly Club package with the Patrick O'Shanahan chart, the needle minder, and Jody's amazing fabric, and the rainbow stickers. So that's just a thank you for your support of this kooky channel. All 3 dogs, this couch is like a sectional, and all 3 dogs are lined up on the back of the couch sleeping. I don't know if I turn this, if you can see them. Hold on, let's see. There's Boris. There's Dobby, and Albie is right there. So they're all sleeping on the back of the couch. So anyway, I won't bother Albus to say goodbye to the peoples, but thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate the love you guys have shown this snarky stitcher, and have a good week. And if you want to stitch Patrick, use the hashtag #StitchPatrick and tag me in it, because it'll make me feel so good to see actually people stitching the chart in the wild. Thanks for watching, and check the drop down box for all the info. Bye, till next time.